today I'm going to be attending a Hobie kayak demo at Lake Pupuki in Takapuna. Pretty excited, that's a first for me. Well, a couple of firsts actually. First of all, I've never tried a Hobie before. I mean, to me, Hobie is like the Porsche of kayaks. And yeah, super excited to try that out. And second, I've never been to a kayak demo, like under a proper umbrella company. So it's going to be a pretty cool experience. Yeah, I think I had been considering for a while to upgrade my kayak into something a little bit bigger and maybe to try a new brand. So I've been looking at the Old Town Predator, pretty popular, and I have been looking at the Hobies as well. Not that I'm saying anything is majorly wrong with the Nova that I currently use. She's great, but I have been thinking about upgrading in that area. Not too soon, probably in the next year sometime I think I'll be upgrading. So this is part of my process to start my investigation on these different kayaks. So yeah, so starting today, I'm going to be attending this demo down in Takapuna to try out the Hobie. They're going to have a couple of different Hobies there, which is really, really exciting, and I'm pumped about that. They're going to have, actually I can't remember all the names, but I know one of them is a Angler Pro, I think, and there's a Hobie Compass and some others. So yeah, company that's organising this is called Watershed, or The Watershed. So what I'll do is I'll drop a link to their website below in the description, so be sure to check it out. And yeah, I'm going to be leaving in a couple of minutes. I'm probably just going to grab a chai and then I'll be heading out. So I will see you guys on the road. Hope I didn't hurt her feelings. If I did, we'll know soon enough, because she'll probably break a chain while I'm 3 kilometers out and make me paddle back with my arms. Alright, cool guys. See you on the road. Cheers. Cool, and on my way. So same as last time. While I'm driving now, I'll give you guys a bit of B-roll, but this time, so that I don't bore you guys too much, I'll take the more scenic route. See you there. Here at the North Shore Range. I hope this is the right place. I don't see any Hobie kayaks. Or do I? Oh, yep, I do. They must be down over there. I haven't even touched them yet, Dan, and they're looking sexy, mate.
Fresh off the... I don't think... None of them have been in the water yet.
Oh, really?
No, they're all brand new, though. I had a problem last year. I had problems with getting stock. So we sold all our demo fleet. Here's another demo fleet. Here's what we've got at the moment. I think this by far this is the best kayak.
Is this the Outback?
They are. Right. They're just great to get in the water. They're just nice.
A lot wider than what I expected.
Yeah, they are. But when you want to stand up and cast them, all those kind of things,
They're definitely a lot lighter than what I thought they would be. Oh, it's actually a lot lighter than I thought. Very nice, solid kayak. You can just see this as quality.
it's just pretty.
That's the item I'll be most excited about.
That's the difference.
Hobie Mirage Drive, yeah, the 180 Mirage Drive. This is insane.
That is the difference.
I mean, you get to get on the water and actually feel, you know, compared to the Chinese brands pedals, right? So, you know, that's the one that's
one of the things. So I've used the I think I might have said, I've used the Old Town. I've used the Old Town, and I thought the thrust through the water was really good.
Yeah.
But when you stop with a prop, these glide through the water, the fins.
Yeah.
And you just keep gliding, whereas you stop with a prop and it's like having a bucket over and the thing wants to screw
Oh,
it.
it just wants to.
So if you've, let's say, it's, you know, the wind's going away from us, or let's say it was coming onshore onto a beach, and you've paddled out, you've had a fish, and then you're coming back, and you're a bit tired and you've been out all day, and you're sort of cruising, there's a few little waves, and you sort of have a rest. With these, you stop and the boat just keeps gliding down the waves or with the wind or whatever, whereas with the prop, it kind of, it doesn't keep gliding, it slows you down, you slow down, so you just got to keep pedaling, which is take this back. Well, it's pretty easy. I mean,
yeah, I felt now, you know, going back, it's incredibly light, way lighter than what it looks like if you look at it, you know, from if you stand back and look at it.
Yeah, it's super easy.
And what is the hull made of? Is it do you know what plastic it is?
Yeah, they're all the rotomotive plastic is graded. So it's a grade 10. Grade 10. Vikings are a 8. The old ocean kayaks used to be a 6. It just depends on the brand and how they want to do it. The nice thing about see how these have a polished finish. That's got a memory plastic, so the kayak comes back to shape. Like if it's been sitting on one side and it's got a bit of a dimple in it, leave it in the sun for half an hour and it'll come back to its perfect shape. But that's why they've got a polished finish, which is also better, less drag when you're paddling. But most kayaks have that sort of matte finish, just because it doesn't show all the dimples and the imperfections. But you know,
that's the same. Oh, good to know. There she is, the Hobie Outback, and I'm pretty excited to try it out. So a couple of things worth noting that Dan was explaining. Yeah, so it's made from a grade 10 plastic, which is good. I mean, that's just pure quality. I mean, you can just see in the design of the pedals and the way this thing is designed, you can see this is quality, and you can just see and feel its quality. Another thing just worth keeping in mind as well, that if you do get a little dent or a bump, you know, leave it out in the sun, it reshapes itself, which is very cool. Okay, so looking at the front, I got a little bit of hatch store. Got quite a bit of hatch storage in there. That is plenty of space for storage. And I don't know what this is, but I'm assuming it is to fill the middle if you're not going to be using your pedals. So if you've got an outboard motor on the back of the kayak, you might want to get these boys in so that you don't have water rushing up in the middle. Very cool. Hatch is very easy to get into and very easy to close up. That's great, right? Got some storage compartments on the side and some rails. So these are your side rails over here. And you can see the width of the kayak. You know that this thing is going to be super solid in the water. Chair looks comfy, and lots of space in the back for your catch bag, or you know, if you've got a yak box that you want to put in the back, definitely go there. Dan, I noticed there's two rudder controls?
Yeah, so you can steer left or right-handed. So it depends if you're trawling or some guys are for like a lot of guys soft bait, and now with the reverse drive you don't use your sea, like no one, we used to sell, every kayak went out with a sea anchor. Now we don't sell bugger all, and guys just hover with the reverse drive, and they're soft baiting, and depends if you're left or right handed, and you can just adjust your steering. If you get onto something, you know, you might want to pull it out a little bit from the rocks if you're on the shoreline fishing.
Beautiful. That's great. That's a huge convenience to be able to do that. Pedal feels very solid. I can just feel this is just absolute quality.
So on the bottom, you drop that and it can flick that down.
Oh, is that to get access to your transducer?
Basically that comes off. Your transducers live under there, everything's under there, so you can go up the beach, do whatever, you still get all your temperatures and your 3D, you know, depending on what sort of...
Great stuff. And there's no lifting or dropping of the rudder?
No, there is. It's here. It's on the... There's a
okay. It flips down? Yeah. Okay, so this is up in the storage position right now.
And then let it go. It should just flip.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, cool. And then I can pull it up.
Ah, sweet.
On shore.
Great. Very cool.
Pretty clever, pretty simple.
Yep.
And that's obviously your rudder adjustment. So your ropes on top, those little screws.
Over here?
If you want to take the tension up on these, all as they do is just tension that. So seat adjustment. Okay, so you've got a stand. You can kickstand it up, and then on the front here there's this lever, but like in your car, and you can lift it up. So if you're trout fishing, you're going to be in a higher, you know, you want to, because you really want to see the fish. If you're in a sea fishing, or just get rid of the kickstand and drop it down. Okay. Very cool. On the back here, you've got a lumbar support to tighten up, to release it. You pull it up, but that just you set it to your comfort. This one here, this lever, is just how much layback you want. Okay, within the seat.
Awesome.
Armchair. And obviously you've got
storage hatch in front of you.
You've got a storage hatch. Then you've got obviously more storage in the front there. Your H rails, or you can track mount front out wide or in close, depending on.
So these are both track mounts on
they can do either or. We typically, when we fit them out, we put the H rail lash around on the bar, and then the guys using the track mounts typically use the outside. But it's just and that's just for tackle and bits and pieces. Obviously you've got your 2 rod holders built into the back. A lot of guys use these track mounts for some guys put extra rod holders, but they also put for a safety flag and stuff like that, nets and bits and pieces. But the nice thing is now all the Railblazer stuff is it's all built around using that, which is great for us in New Zealand, because no matter where you are, you can get before the Hobies used to have all ram mount stuff, and it was really hard to get in New Zealand. And we didn't, sort of in those early days, we didn't do enough of it to warrant it having shitloads of stock of it. So I used to fit them out with Railblazer, just because it meant the customers all around the country could get bits and pieces for them. And now they're all set up for it, so it's perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, let's get you in the water.
Yeah, get me in the water.
Okay, when you jump in the kayak, to adjust the leg length,
you
just push that down and change them. You just got to make sure you're on the same number. You're probably a 4 or a 3, I'd imagine, for leg length.
You're probably a 3. And then
then you're forward and reverse. Okay, so it's in forward at the moment, that's loose. Pull it back and then it'll
switch to reverse. So red is reverse, green forward.
And it's got forward and reverse written on it. But the long one's the reverse anyway. So
awesome.
If you were to come into a beach, this bit here, so if you come into a beach, hook that over there, that holds them back. Now they're flanged up against the hull, and you can go up the beach. You know, but all those little things, and obviously these have the new kick up, so if you hit something, it just kicks up and comes down.
Very nice.
Jump in, and we'll just set you up.
And here we go.
Right, put your feet in, just go one leg forward, just so you don't, and we'll just you don't want to overextend, so you might want to come one back. If you're getting a clunking, it's the fins hitting the top, the hull, and so you probably need to go one forward. How's your back rest? So you want to go back or up or?
Back feels alright.
Okay, rudder down, that's in the cleat on that side, so just release that. Over here. Pull it out toward the side, towards me. That's it, just let it go, that's it, rudder's down. And now you're steering left and right, okay? You can steer with either or. If you're really coordinated, you can paddle and pedal. Good luck to you.
Paddle, I think I'll be fine with pedaling for now.
You're steering and off you go.
Awesome, cheers, thanks Dan.
So if you swing around and then come around.
I'll just come around. How deep is it here? Deep enough to anywhere around here?
It's 60 metres in the middle. It's a crater lake, so.
Okay, cool, that'll be perfect. Awesome, cheers.
You're not going to hit the bottom no matter where you go.
Awesome, so I am off, and this just feels amazing, I've got to tell you. Oh, rudder is super sensitive compared to the Nova, and yeah, I mean, I'm just doing a very slight pedal at the moment, and this thing is moving. I mean, I am doing a very small pedal. Okay, considering the water is pretty flat, but I'm doing a slight pedal. As you can see, I'm not even pedaling that hard, and it feels like I'm at my Nova's top speed at a top pedal. So what I'm going to do is, because this is what I've been wanting to try it the most, is actually try out the actual power of these pedals. I'm going to open up with these pedals a little bit faster, and I want to actually see the wake, and I want to see how fast I go. So here I go, I'm opening up. This is insane. I mean, just look at the speed, right? And I've got to tell you, there's absolutely not much effort. Although it looks like I'm pedaling fast, there's not a lot of effort. She is moving at a great speed through the water. I mean, I must be doing at least 5 or 6 kilometers an hour right now. The rudder is incredibly sensitive. I mean, if I just shift it slightly, I mean, I turn, right? And that is great. I mean, look at that. Look at that turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to a stop now. And one of the issues that I have with the Nova is that when I take off and I turn the rudder, I don't turn immediately. I usually need to get momentum before I can start turning. So what I want to see with the Hobie now is if I have a similar problem. So I'm going to start pedaling and turn the rudder to the right straight away. Look at that instant turn. Oh, that is awesome. Wow, that is absolutely awesome. Okay, cool. So another thing I want to try out, that I've been super eager to try it, is the reverse. So on the 180 Mirage drive, I'm going to pull the reverse, and I should be, oh, look at that, instant reverse. Now this is an absolute game changer. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so just mental note, when turning the rudder in reverse, she does swing a bit side to side. Very cool. Okay, look, this is absolutely amazing. I've got to tell you guys, this is amazing. I can absolutely understand why these things are considered the Porsche kayaks, because this is insane. I mean, it is super solid, super stable on the water. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to tip this kayak very easily. I mean, that is super stable. You got these rails to help you get up. I mean, I'm standing up on the kayak and it is super solid. You know, this is so easy and comfortable. Yeah, this is great. This is absolutely great. So considering what Dan from the Watershed said, you know, about the kayak, I mean, if you know, you've got all these different features. I mean, just the small little items like this stretchy cord to keep your pedal back while you're beaching is awesome. The quick release and the rudder at the back, the able to forward and reverse on your pedal, the fact that pedaling is so easy and that you get so much speed off the pedal. You've got 4 rod holders on this Outback. You've got rudder steering on both sides, so depending, you know, if you're fishing right-handed or fishing left-handed, you know, you can steer rudder on any side. That is a huge plus. These rails, being able to mount your utilities or your rod holders, your fish finders, whatever you have, closer or further out depending on your preference, both front and back, with these rod mount holders, the small little tackle pods on the side, your twin bottle holders on each side, just the additional storage space on the side. This hatch is incredible. I mean, look at this hatch, right? You have got a little plastic hatch container inside, and if I remove that, you open up into the whole kayak. So you got extra storing space in your kayak if you want to go away camping for the weekend. You even got some storage space on the top of your hatch for tackle and items. But this is probably awesome. You know, you can keep your lunch in here, you can keep tackle in here, you can put a couple of ice packs in there, you can even keep a couple of beers in there. And looking at the space at the back of the Hobie, you've got ample space here for a catch bag, and you could probably put a catch bag as well as a yak storage box or a custom storage box at the back here for additional storage. And looking at the back of the kayak and considering the strength of this grey 10 plastic that it's used to be made with, if you wanted to mount an outboard motor to the back, whether it be an electric propelled motor or even a fuel or outboard motor that's powered by fuel, you could easily get that attached to the back. I mean, the handle at the back there and the strength of the kayak at the back, it would be very easy to mount that. So overall, I'm going to take her for one more spin around the lake just because I'm really excited about this. But again, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm absolutely impressed. I mean, she is gorgeous. You've got an additional strap again for left or right handed. You can even store your paddle on the left hand side as well. What a gorgeous kayak. I'm so impressed. Well, I'm going to take one more spin around the lake, then I'm going to head on back and I'm going to try the Compass out. And I can tell you now, I probably should have tried with the Compass because I'm not convinced that it's going to be better than the Outback that I've just tried. I mean, this kayak is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I'm going to have a tough time going back to my Nova, got to be honest. All right, so I'm going to open up. Oh man, this is insane. Yep, I mean, this speed is incredible. Absolutely crazy. Look at that sharp turn. All right, one more go with the wind. Oh, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I cannot begin to tell you guys how awesome this kayak is. If anybody watching right now is considering of upgrading and forking out the money to get yourself a decent kayak, I've got to tell you now, you need to go out and check out the Hobie kayak, especially the Outback. This kayak is amazing, absolutely amazing. And if you're using kayaking for fishing, this is the kayak you want to use. 180 Mirage drive is standard, right, on all the
Yes,
all the units?
yeah, except the Passport, which is the simple one up on top of the kayak.
That's just the one that hits on straight.
This doesn't have that's got turbo fins. This is standard fins, but you can upgrade
Okay.
on these.
Turbo fins, meaning
They're that much longer, so it's like having a bigger gear.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so jump in, everything should be as per.
Cheers.
So you'll notice this I don't personally, I find this not as stable, purely because the seat sits a little higher.
Yeah, and I can feel as well she's a little bit more sway side to side.
Yeah.
And I can feel the seat feels a bit different as well.
It's the same beam, the hull shape's slightly different, but yeah, so yeah.
And rudder steering just on one side. Yeah. What do you think? You in love? Okay, so this is the Hobie Compass that I'm going now, and a couple of less features. You've got two rails in the front, you don't have any rails in the back, so this is not built for fishing, right? So you can fish in this. I mean, I've seen a couple of guys on YouTube use this. You know, Elias Fishing, I think he's got a Hobie Compass, I think so, I'm not sure, but this can be used. I mean, you can easily upgrade this and you know, and kit it out yourself. But I got to tell you straight away again, pedaling is super easy. It's light. I mean, I'm not feeling any strain in my legs. I don't have the turbo fins, so I can feel I'm not moving as fast. And I mean, if I want to kick it up a notch, I mean, I can feel it. I mean, I'm pulling off. I'm still getting more speed than what I would on the Nova. Rudder is incredibly sensitive. I mean, feel that. Look at that, right? And she just cuts into the water when you turn. I mean, you can see the wake behind me. This is just a normal standard fin set, and just look at the wake. I mean, look at the speed that I'm moving. Right, I'm not even doing full pedals. If I lean back and I get longer strokes, I can hear the wake forming behind me. This is crazy. Absolutely love this. Oh, got to remember, not too sharp on the rudder. She's very sensitive and she takes easy. Gorgeous kayak, absolutely stunning. Alright, cool. So this is the Compass. I took her for a spin around, a little red buoy at the back, and she goes really well. Again, same pedals, they just don't have the turbo fins. But looking at now that I've actually stopped and starting to take a really close look at the Compass, there's a lot of key differences between this version of a Hobie and the Outback, right? And that would be, if you look, your hatch in the front is just an open hatch. You don't have any tackle storage. You've got a water bottle holder here, no tackle storage. You do have this little elastic thing to keep your fins up if you're beaching. There's no hatch in the front, no tackle storage on the side, only one rudder control on the left. You do have rails here for fish finder and rod holders, but you've got two rod holders at the back that are molded into the kayak. But there's plenty of space on top of the kayak to extend additional rod holders and accessories if you want. The seat is not as comfortable as the Outback, but it is comfortable. The seat is definitely comfortable. It's got the same utility for the rudder, but I noticed there's same accessory for the rudder, but there's no accessory for the transducer. So I don't know if there's an area to fit a transducer at the bottom of this. Not the end of the world. You do get accessories where you can mount transducers over the side. Comes standard with a paddle and comes standard with your pedals. I'd say the only thing, really big bonus of this kayak is the fact that you get the standard, absolutely awesome Hobie pedal. Love it. All right, time to give her back. These are, you bring them in and sell them, and it's the Watershed, right?
Yep.
The Watershed.
Yep.
And do you guys offer finance?
Yes.
You do?
Yep. So we do finance with Gilroy's Finance.
Okay.
I was just saying to somebody, one of the guys that just had a go before, it's a nice way of riding it.
Awesome, cool stuff. And the prices, catalog, everything available on your website?
Yeah, and I sent you the current price list as well.
You sent me the current price list as well. Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for that.
No worries.
Yeah. I'm going to be struggling to sleep for a couple of weeks. It's going to be hard to forget this experience.
I've done my bit then.
You've done your bit, mate. All right, thanks so much again.
Okay, cheers, thanks.
What an experience. That is something that I'm not going to forget in a very long time to come. Absolutely happy I went down to try out the Hobie kayaks. I got to try out the Outback and I also got to try out the Compass. I didn't get a chance to try the Passport, but to be honest with you, when we took the Passport off and looked at it, I don't think I would ever really be interested in buying something like that. I mean, it's really plain, really simple. You can't adjust the seat. There's no accessories on it. So I think the Passport is just made for purely just for recreational purposes. If you're keen on getting a fishing kayak that is top of the line and the Porsche of all kayaks, then you definitely want to be looking at a Hobie Outback. It is insanely awesome. If the price range is a little bit out of your budget, then a good place to look would then be the Compass. Not as much as accessories as the Outback, but definitely lots of space to put your own accessories on. You're going to get a very similar performance in terms of your speed. You get the same pedal, you still get a comfy seat, and you still get a nice kayak. But absolutely, the Outback is absolute king of the Hobie range. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you're keen to find out more details or to get more info on the Hobies, or if you want to find out about upcoming demos, do yourself a favor, get in touch with Dan from the Watershed. Just Google the Watershed or check down in the description. I'll have a link to the Watershed's website as well. Very friendly guy, very helpful, and yeah, I'm sure there'll be a couple of demos coming up soon. If there are, do yourself a favor, get down there and go try out a Hobie. I'm telling you now, you will not regret making that decision. Alright, cool stuff guys. If you watched up until now, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Cheers.